Well, sure, Jim, and thanks for having me on the show today. Sure. I do come to the show from two perspectives. One, in my day job as the CIO at ATF, but also as the president for the American Council for Technology.
I know that. That's
so,
impressive.
yeah, it's a great group that inspires collaboration across both government and industry around issues like mobility.
Absolutely.
And when you talk about progress in mobility in the federal government, obviously a lot of the discussion starts with the digital government strategy that was released in 2012, and a lot of the activity that came around that particular strategy and some of the deliverables and milestones that were part of that strategy. But even though those milestones ended in May of 2013, we've seen a lot of activity continue beyond that strategy through groups like the Mobile Technology Tiger Team, which is a great cross-agency cooperation around issues in mobile security, and DHS and DOJ and other agencies are actively participating in that to try and move the ball forward in terms of how we think about mobile security and what mobile security looks like in the federal government. And I have to put a plug in for our colleague who couldn't be here today, Dave McClure, and his Digital Services Innovation Center, where they're doing a lot of work to try and make it easier for agencies to adopt mobility across the board. And I'd have to also provide a plug for the ACT IAC Advanced Mobility Working Group, which has been working on a lot of these same issues over the last couple of years, all around really lowering the barriers to adoption of mobility across the federal government. When we talk about some of the specific progress that's been made, I think there's a huge amount of progress that's been made across a lot of agencies. I'll certainly defer to Rick to talk about what's been going on in DOD, but when you look at DOD and USDA and other organizations, you've seen them move toward a much more enterprise approach to some of the management infrastructure around mobility, like mobile device management and some of those kinds of capabilities. When you look at DHS, they've done a lot of work in the mobile application space in terms of ways of standardizing the vetting of applications that are developed internally or even through App Store applications and making that capability available across federal agencies. And then at the more user-facing level, you've seen a lot of agencies, whether it's the Veterans Affairs Department, agriculture through the National Agricultural Statistics Service, TSA, Census, develop a lot of innovative applications that support their user base. Mobile missions in the case of USDA, VA in the case of patient care and making interactions with veterans much more effective, and Census, getting out data like America's economy. So huge amount of innovation there, and I think you'll see that continuing.
Yeah, great. We'll get